Okay, so what I've got right here is just a setup for one of the ways I might typically start an oil painting. I've got canvas here that's pre-primed or pre-gessoed, just, typical, bought from the store, ready to go. I've got some Gamblin paint here that's a burnt umber, and I'm using solvent. And I've got a reference image over to my right that's on my iPad. Some people might feel more comfortable if they have something that's printed out. My printer died recently during a move, and since I'm trying to work on reducing my paper footprint, I decided, let's see how long I can go without replacing that printer, because I ended up with tons of materials I felt like I didn't need anyway. So I feel like this will stop me from printing quite as many things. What I'm doing to start out with is I'm looking for basically the location of the heads. I've got three subjects, three people here in the painting. And I'm looking for just basic shapes. The legs themselves become almost sort of a rectangular trapezoid. What's that shape? It's not quite a rectangle. Kind of angles in. So I'm sure somebody out there knows the answer to that. I could go look it up after this. So what I'm doing with the paint is I'm keeping it really, really thin. And what I'm going to do is work with this the same way that often I teach people to draw, which is sort of more subtractive. Okay. So I'm going to use these paints to kind of build up on themselves. Okay, so now that I've positioned kind of where I want the heads to be. So what I'm looking at is actually the relationship of the gaze in this case. So here I have a young girl who's looking up to this figure. And so the eye direction is traveling like this. You can draw that in if it helps you. Here, same thing. I have a small baby. His head is positioned slightly below that of the other figure. So the reason I'm looking at these relationships is because this is what's going to tell the story for the painting. These are the things that I want to be really intentionally positioned within the space, right? Okay, so then the other thing I'm doing is, again, starting to consider, okay, well, now that I've kind of positioned those items, what's happening with light and shadow within this space? And so that's when I'm going to start using some blocking in to just block